Yo, the markets are boring, the markets are bleeding, and especially in Cosmos, we see a lot of coins doing all-time low after all-time low, Osmo, for example, but also Atom has just been losing a lot of ranks and is now at around $7. So the question is Cosmos dying right now? Is it just drying out the ecosystem and becomes the new NEO or NEM or EOS that we had in 2018, 2019? They just died out in that bear market years, or is there still hope left? Well, if you've been subscribed to this channel for a while now, then you know that Cosmos is definitely not dying out, right? It's one of the most active ecosystems, one of the most active developer communities all over crypto. In more recent reports, Cosmos is actually third, just behind Ethereum and Polkadot, but almost eye to eye with Polkadot. So it certainly is not dying out. But I kept talking about this in my previous videos. Right now, we are at the end of the bear market. I personally give it not more than 6 months, to be honest, 4 to 6 months, where we just have this downward sell pressure, negativity, boring, everyone's just losing interest in crypto. And this is just the final phase where everyone get washed out. We might have this one big event that might be like another final step that really wipes out every single gain that anybody made over the past year and a half, 2 years in this bear market. But I think after that, it's up only, and we will see new all-time highs. And in my opinion, we also will see new all-time highs for most of the Cosmos projects, right? So if we go here on mintscan.io, you can see all the Cosmos 58 IBC-enabled chains. There are some of them missing, such as Kujira, for example, which has to be added here ASAP. But if we look at the current list that we got here, we can see that it's just been really, really bad for the Cosmos. And if we switch to USD, you can see Atom at $7.13. We just had a spaces with the Turkish Cosmos community on our Cosmosverse account. And Crypto Levent, who is one of the most respected educators and traders in Turkey, made TA on Atom live on the spaces. And he said there's some support around $7.20, $7.15. We're just slightly below that. If that really breaks downwards, I think there's strong support at $6.50 that he said. And if we break below that, we would have a huge accumulation zone at around $4, $4.50. But on the other hand, if we hold, we might snap back to $10, but also that obviously depends on the rest of the market. So Atom not really doing much, ranked 30 also on CoinGecko. And if we also see some of the other large chains, Injective, I provided you an update on INJ 2.0 in my last video. In fact, I'm also going to work on a full 360 Injective review that covers everything around the Injective ecosystem and INJ 2.0, revised tokenomics or adjusted, improved tokenomics. So if you're excited for that Injective video, please leave a comment under that and share it also on Twitter. Akash, we've been covering that a lot. Same network now around 13 cents, been going down since the launch. But besides that, to be honest, not really much happening on the week. Omniflix, but it's also a brand new coin. IOV, DVPN has a little revival since then. Also, Stargaze had a little pump recently out of nowhere, 45–50% in a day. But honestly, besides that, it's quite boring, sideways. And like I said, everyone's just losing interest. One thing, however, that's extremely exciting is the full launch, finally, of PASG. And if you've been a long-time subscriber, you know PASG in and out. You know the Strange Clan. You've seen my interviews with Lex that I did around 2 years ago or something like that. So it's amazing to see this coming together. Also, full disclosure, I'm an early investor in PASG. I've been supporting them since a long time. And also with Cryptocito, we're running a validator on PASG. So we have a lot of skin in the game when it comes to PASG. I've been in their worlds multiple times. In fact, I have one scheduled to join the latest version, which I'm really excited to see with Lex these days. And what they're basically doing is that you can build virtual worlds, which either is for creators or for games or anything that is for any creative people out there. Lex also made a great thread about what PASG is, what's the mission, what's the target audience, what it is not for. For example, it's supposed to be extremely easy to build worlds, drag and drop style kind of environment. So it's not only for pro developers, but just pretty much for everyone. And honestly, I'm very excited, and I would love to also see how we can, use Cryptocito and be part of that, and maybe shift some of the community over to PASG, do some cool things there. If you have any ideas, then please let me know, Citonauts, because I would really love to use these products more. Also, for the PASG airdrop, there's news. We already know that the PASG token will be airdropped for Strange Clan NFT holders. We made this post here in January 2022, but also Lex teased that there might be an airdrop for the Akash community, for AKT stakers potentially. So watch out for that. And if you're staking AKT, you might be eligible also for the PASG token airdrop. And also head over to app.streamswap.io if you want to participate in the PASG token launch, which is happening right now. So I'm recording this video before the stream is up, but as you're watching it, the stream should be up already. And if you need more information about how StreamSwap works, watch some of my previous videos, also my deep dive with Sisla and Daya, who are the creators of StreamSwap. Now, that's all about PASG. Very excited to see this come to life. Also, another big news has actually been the Nomic airdrop round 2. The ice was broken by Stick and Relax, which you have to follow on Twitter. But you can now go over on app.nomic.io/rewards and claim your Nomic rewards. I'm going to do that right here, right now, with my public portfolio challenge kind of account. And we got 80 NOM here for holding Atom, Osmo, Juno, evmos, and Kuji before September 27th last year, which is when the snapshot was made. And now we can also stake that right away. And in fact, we're also going to stake this with Stick and Relax. So we're also running one with Cryptocito, by the way. If you want to delegate to us, much appreciated. We already have a lot of delegators, but also please support Stick and Relax, and not just on Nomic, but also on Atom, where he just joined the set very recently. So you can do that right now. And also, if you have any issues with gas or the like, go check out Liam's video. So Liam, for those who maybe don't know, long-time Cosmos content creator, and he now works with us at Cryptocito, and he did this awesome review, 3.5 minutes, about claiming the Nomic airdrops. So it's a real-time tutorial, and there's also an issue sometimes people have with the gas, but this is being fixed also here. There's an explainer in the video. Now, another update, Cosmosverse is coming together extremely well. You can also still get your tickets here, cosmos.omniflix.co. This is the very last batch of general admission tickets that includes the full-on lunch, everything, food and beverage for 3 days is $79. And you can buy tickets also with your Kepler wallet. So you can directly buy with your Atom staking rewards, for example, which is really cool. When these tickets sell out, and there's not many left, I think around 90 tickets are left, then we'll only have late admission tickets that do not include lunch. So if you're planning to make out a trip, please get your tickets now in this current batch. And for Cosmos, also go over on Twitter, Cosmos HQ, to follow us there. We just announced another baller speaker with Rumel Hussain, who's a senior solution architect at BNB Chain. And BNB Chain is not only one of the largest chains in crypto, obviously, but also there's some overlaps with Cosmos, and this is very exciting to have them with us this year. We also just announced Shane, co-founder of Stargaze, Jerry from Artella, which is a brand new Cosmos chain that's in the works, and much more. DYDX, of course, we also just had a spaces with them, and also in Turkish. So if you're from the Turkish community, we just had one with Crypto Levent on our spaces, on our Turkish Twitter account. You can also follow that there. And this is also where he did the Atom TA. So yeah, that's all about Cosmoverse. Now, some of the highlights in Cosmos for this year, because I really think, well, every year is kind of Cosmos season, but now more than ever. And it's just all boiling up, right? And 3 projects that I would like you to have a closer look at and put on your watch list are actually those 3. And one just went on mainnet, which is Say Network. The other one is Berachain, which raised $42 million in April. And Berachain is an EVM compatible Cosmos-based layer 1 blockchain that has a very innovative proof of liquidity consensus algorithm and also a 3-token model, which is really cool. So follow Berachain, check them out. And also Anoma, which is a privacy protocol that is also built on Cosmos. And actually, they are built on Rust, which is really cool. So those 3 projects are some of the projects that raised the highest amounts of VC money, which is something that you rarely see in Cosmos. But I think it's much, much needed to also like increase the interest in the Cosmos ecosystem and also to just onboard stronger strategic partners into the ecosystem. Another project that is doing God's work on that front is in fact Noble, which is the native asset issuance chain that is going to bring native USDC to Circle. And now also we have a timeline, which is within the next 2 months. And in my understanding, Noble, well, right now is still this proof of authority chain, which means it's run by a group of whitelisted selected validators. Cryptocito is actually one of them. So we're really excited about that. But the plan is after the USDC launch to then migrate Noble into an Atom zone, which means an Atom secured consumer chain. And honestly, with the launch of DYDX after that or around that time, I see a strong case for Atom value accrual because DYDX is going to require a lot of native USDC for their platform, for their trading experience. And if DYDX demands a lot of Noble USDC, and Noble is a consumer chain, Noble must be extremely secure, safe, and also economically viable in alignment with Atom. Another big news that hit us this week in Cosmos was in fact that Starknet, an L2 on Ethereum, is now exploring to actually launch using Cosmos's Tendermint consensus algorithm. So this is really cool to see that we see more and more developer interest and big projects from the Ethereum space after DYDX, after MakerDAO, and now also Starknet exploring Cosmos technology further. Also, Axelar, which I've been covering also for 2 years now here on this channel. Axelar had a huge spike in volume in August, which you can see here on axelarscan.io, and actually surpassed Stargate in terms of volume. So Axelar is now on its way to be actually a blue chip default killer bridging protocol in the entire crypto space, which is amazing to see that they have gained so much adoption and integrations. And you can also see here the top paths, the top sources, destinations. Obviously, the Say launch, as you can see here, has contributed a lot to that. Currently leader when it comes to sources and destinations. So that's amazing to see. Also go play around with Squid, which is an application, consumer facing DEX basically, that is making use of Axelar technology. Also, we've seen a huge spike in usage from Levana. And 2 weeks ago, we actually made a tutorial about Levana, and they just had around 300 users back then. I think 360 or something like that. Now they're at 1,500 users just 2 weeks later. That's an increase in like 4-5x within 2 weeks. And also the volume is just exploding, $48 million right now. And what you can do here in Levana, I made a tutorial about this 2 weeks ago. You can leverage trade up to 30x leverage that you can use with your Atom as collateral. Also, you can use Osmo, Say, and Axelar ETH now, which is new. Since we did this video last, we only had BTC, Osmo, and Atom. Now we have Say and Axelar ETH added to that. Same for Stargaze. They've just been relentlessly building, improving the UX, improving the product over the past 2 years, actually, since they launched throughout this bear market. And you can also see some good stats here, some volumes in terms of the marketplace volume. You can also switch around to see it here in USD, which obviously in a bear market, the interest is generally lower. But to see that they have not fully collapsed in a bear market as an NFT platform, while NFTs are down bad, we still have a lot of user activity here. And obviously, BadKids and BitKids are leading the pack here. BadKids are just the flagship NFT collection in Cosmos, the blue chip NFTs in Cosmos. So circling back to my opening part of this video, no, Cosmos is not dying. It's just hit by the market, by the bear market really bad, which is obvious. That happens pretty much in any other crypto ecosystem as well. And that's also why you see projects like Polkadot or Polygon just entirely revamping their economic structures and also tokenomics. And in fact, this week I have a video coming up that is actually comparing DOT and Atom tokenomics. I learned a lot during my research for this, also how Polkadot is switching from their slot auction model to a core time sales model, which is really cool. And also how DOT tokenomics are currently extremely unsustainable and extremely not attractive for investors. So all that you will find out in my video that is coming this week. Also, we have a lot of changes coming up to the channel, to the structure, also through the sponsorships here on my channel, because it's really hard and honestly the biggest challenge as a content creator in crypto to just find the right sustainable monetization model. So you'll hear updates on that in the coming week. I'm really, really excited about that. And that's it. And I hope that you're not being washed out or shaken out in this environment right now, because honestly, I still only give it 4 to 6 months. And then I think that's it. Then we will only go up from there. And that doesn't mean that in 6 months we'll have new all-time highs. That means that in 6 months, the dust has settled and we finally have clear pathway, a clear runway that we can slowly go back up again, regain momentum, regain positivity also in the market, and have fresh capital coming in. Anyways, thanks for watching. Stay safe, guys. Be good. See you in the next one.